Alright,
Alright.
guys.
But
Alright.
icon is a iconic source though.
Yo, let me get the intro now, but boy,
I
one
got you,
pull
got you,
a
got you,
chatting
got you.
with G. Alright, anyways, guys, welcome back to Jah Know Podcast episode 4. We're talking about insecurities. This episode is brought to you by, you see me? Kedisha Party for Waterfront. Big up Kedisha.
After the meter, after the meter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, what are you
five
talking?
bills, tea bag combo. But anyways, guys, diving into the topic. All right, Maji, with it, carry it away.
Yo, why are niggas so wild, bro?
I'm
Anyways,
saying, fam,
the
it's like
the party full of man still.
no,
So I only Kadisha and about 100 man in it. But yeah,
yeah,
so
what is it?
for this week, the topic's gonna be centered around insecurities. Insecurities in what, you might add? In absolutely every area, every aspect of life. Would that be, sexually, mentally,
Life.
physically? Yeah, but you don't know, say, when we talk, yeah, man, at the start for slackness.
No filter,
So,
no filter.
no filter, no slackness, but you don't know how we do it already. So, I kind of want to start off with Nipples now, since she's a newcomer to this podcast. So,
Thanks for
Nipples,
having me.
yeah, man, we're going. So, my first question to you now is, say, yo, when it comes down to insecurities, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
All right. So, in preparation for for the podcast. Oh my god.
Preparation.
Yeah, like I do my
Oh,
research now, guys. I have receipts. I
research.
came prepared,
I got
and
you.
by
All
research,
right,
I
got you.
mean just
Yo,
evaluating
what?
myself. But
Right,
Research?
just give me an answer for the top of your head. You're good long explanation. Like,
damn, all right, my
Yo,
bad.
again, say the girl, yo, me the girl talk, man. What you want to you?
but I say give me the
What
whole
the one you're
explain
talking,
it,
Maji?
dog. Like, just shut me from.
What the mute button there? What the mute button there?
I think so. I
You're
thought,
just
am I
making
doing
it
it wrong?
clean?
No,
No,
you're
no,
good,
no, no.
man.
We
Go
just
on
say like,
through.
Oh,
Go
do
on
I
your
through.
want
best,
our
man.
explanation. I want our own explanation. We don't want somebody
Yo,
to
with
read
it,
off
mute
on
there.
Google.
Oh, sorry, not her, him, because I'm talk like a bitch right
Oh,
now.
that's
With
why
it,
I said
mute him,
like
please.
by research.
No,
I
but I'm
mean
just
just
say we want our own
evaluating
explanation.
myself.
That's enough of Google. But I don't want a
Yo,
Google
with it,
explanation, dog.
with
Everybody
it.
can come. But I want our mindset, me see. More the third eye open, dog. Like,
With it. Mute the
Okay.
boy no man.
Yeah, this
uh,
is
uh,
the
uh,
third
uh,
eye.
uh,
So
go through,
Nipples,
go
go
through.
on through.
Go through.
Give me an explanation.
Are you guys done?
Yeah, man.
Go
Okay,
through the
True,
so
true, true.
I'll
uh,
give you both then. So I looked up insecurity on Google and it says uncertainty or anxiety about oneself or lack of confidence. And I was pretty much going to say lack of confidence or just like something like shame. When I think of insecurity, I think of shame. So anything that I'm ashamed about, whether it be like about myself or about something I lack or something I have. So I think
For
that's
real.
insecurity for me. Yeah.
For real.
uh,
I agree. I agree.
so then I'm here telling me that it's like, when I'm watching my career, like, when I'm gonna watch it read something from, you see me?
No, but I want the podcast to be like informative as well as off the dome.
Informing, no,
Informative.
Informative.
no, but I don't need this.
Honest. Honest. No, I'm not doing
All
sense.
right, all right,
Not
my
doing
bad,
sense.
my bad. So I will refrain from looking up anything going forward.
Yes, but just
All
talk.
right, all right. So Toshio.
Like, we don't want it so unscripted, but G, like, you see me?
Yeah, man. But
I will
Toshio,
say
yeah,
that.
man. You know, yeah, man. More know you're off the bat definition now.
Wait, so like
Oh,
everybody are gonna come
Uh,
and say them insecurities?
yeah, like,
Oh, if you want.
hold on, man.
Well, this is anonymous, so can we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
man, you can.
course. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point. That's the point.
but I wouldn't need every man definition of insecurity. My people are retarded, dog. Like,
Yo, again.
you want the basic
Oh, sorry, Maji.
understanding.
But
Well,
yeah,
the
man. Yeah,
basic
man.
understanding of what it is.
All right, Toshiro.
We just say,
Are
oh,
you,
since you,
are your turn
you,
now?
but you want her personal view upon it. But we basically I know what it is.
Yeah. Well, so what's your view?
Yeah.
Like, basically when society don't want you, basically.
No,
Hmm.
why?
Like the standards what the society set, if you don't meet them standards, there, that fall under insecurity. Like that's at the basis, like for me.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so your
100%.
shortcomings.
Basically,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
cool. All right,
Like if
cool. So
society say, yo, man for me 5'8", I mean 5'7", I can be 5'9" in my mind, but if you
that one
not
is some
frame as
kind
a
of
5'9",
personal.
but
Everybody knows that any man that below
but I don't want to
six
tell
six
you mother
in
for
height
anything.
as a
But what man say
female.
is,
Everybody know that.
I'll go to yo, what call it? Yo, Dixon. Okay, I'm
You
working
have to
Dixon.
refer to him as
Oh,
his full name. Mr. Harker,
No,
please proceed.
oh yeah. So I was gonna say like I thought everybody was just gonna like go in order and just say what them insecurities
uh,
and so forth. That's why,
no, because I
you know.
already have a general understanding of what it is. It's like
Yeah, but
we
no,
just have to
no,
say the same
not
thing
like
in different ways.
no. Like
As in,
not the
I think he's referring to
definition,
like
not
your
the
personal
definition, but yeah,
insecurity.
your personal insecurity, like where you struggle with, like you know, but
Oh,
below
that's
this.
what I mean.
No,
What I was
Yeah,
to
I
yeah,
say.
think
yeah,
we
yeah,
are, I
yeah.
think we are gonna get to that after we figure
Yeah,
out
well, we
maybe.
not
Yo,
get to
yo,
that.
Right
Moon,
after we
yo,
get there.
Moon, yo. Every time I thought this youth just, yo, Mooney, Moons,
Yeah,
sorry. Yo,
All
shut up,
right,
you have,
man.
Dixon.
hold on. Sorry, guys,
Hold
you
on.
have a
Make me pass
problem,
this up.
man.
Make me pass
This
this up.
is why we need order. And y'all were laughing at me for
No,
doing
we're just
research.
wild.
Oh no, that's how it work normally, naturally.
Ah, mad move.
Yeah, we just it makes sense in the long run.
All
So
right,
what
so
go
Mr.
first to the whole
Harcock.
insecurity?
Oh no,
Yes.
Just
Mr.
fire.
Yo,
Harcock. Since you brought forward the motion of personal insecurities, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, you go first.
definitely. You see, I like, I just like to say this. Like,
Yo, you kind of get like a low. Speak up, Mizzy.
oh, I'm sorry. Let me just like it really get me like very emotional, you know,
What
cause
are you
like,
just saying?
why the man them a laugh? Why you laugh? You
Oh
know,
no,
me
this is
step
not a
back,
laughing matter.
bro.
But I come
This
Guys,
is
this is
absolutely
a,
not a
it's a
That's
laughing
what
safe
matter.
space.
society
It's a safe
does.
space. He has the floor. He has the floor. This is a safe space. He has the floor.
no, but I
Talk
in
the
a
deep.
safe, but I'm straight. But I
Mr.
want you
Dixon.
another time. No, my good.
Yeah,
Yes.
the man finish now, but I want to know.
But I
Yo,
want you to
Higgins come with the bag of
Thank you,
chatting. Higgins come with the bag.
Moons.
Yo, Toshiro. But use a
Mute
mute
them.
button. Yeah.
Yeah, mute them. Mute them.
Dixon,
Mute
can
them.
you finish for can you finish?
Basically, what I'm saying is that I just go through a lot of shame. I've been in a lot of relationships where when I first part of the relationship where like you hide who you are, but then as the relationship goes along, you show who you are, and then the girl them get frightened and left me. You know, I like. I just want to know that this is a safe space so I can really come out and tell you what my insecurity.
Bro, what?
And like,
But I is there is
Yo,
no other. I'm
yo, pause.
second
Pause for a
coming.
second. Dixon, pause for a second. Yo, with you there?
Yeah, man,
Use
hold
the
on.
mute button, no man. Use. Sure.
But like, but nah, try to go around the man, but I'm gonna say like, yo, don't get too emotional in it, dog. Like,
Oh no,
Yeah,
what
we
that's
make the
no, that's
man
the
do what
point.
he
No,
We
want.
no,
want
no.
that.
They can get as
but
emotional
you know,
Yeah, of
you know what the
course.
man I talk
yes.
about him life
For the
story. Like,
authenticity.
it's not a
no,
documentary, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm just giving
Yo,
background. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We take
mute
the
the
back,
man,
bro.
no
We take the back,
man.
bro.
Channel
But me
style.
know why you say yo from elementary a girl push me down and from this about
Ah,
push
you
me,
come with
you
the
know
bag
why?
of
No,
chattings,
no, man.
yo,
All
make the
right.
man talk, no?
Yeah,
I'm
Dixon,
just
wait.
just
talking
let
Mute,
him
about.
mute,
talk,
mute,
please.
Dixon,
Toshio.
talk.
Mute,
Just let
Toshio.
him
Please.
finish his talk.
Mute him, please.
Toshio.
I got
Toshio.
you.
Channel
Got
style.
you. Mr. Harcock, please proceed.
Thank you, Witty. Thank you, Witty. That was I'm Mr. Dixon Hardcock Jr. Actually, I was named after my father.
Fuck off.
So yeah, so like it's a thing in our society to kink shame. Yeah, you know what I mean? I talk about like just because occasionally, me like if you take like get into pegging and never shame me.
Anyway,
Look,
does
where's the
somebody
anyway
want to
for?
actually like tell their
No, no,
insecurity? Are
no,
you
no.
dead
What if
ass?
the man is actually serious? No, please
Yeah,
You
let
can't be
him
dead
finish.
ass. Well, I mean like dead ass, but not that dead
No,
ass
but is
thing.
there
yeah,
something wrong with pegging?
yeah. Is something wrong with it?
No comments. No comments.
Mr. Harcock, please proceed.
Ah, remember done was joking. So yeah, so there's a lot of insecurities. Like I think like most of it come from like societal things, definitely as we have said before. But then at the same time, I don't necessarily think that society is wrong at the same time, because definitely like a lot of people have to try to go against society and so forth. But I definitely do believe that there should be like a standard, and so forth, a moral standard or whatever throughout society and so. But at the same time we should all be accepting and so forth. But I guess like going off the top of my head, some of my insecurities that I feel like, like, not feeling, smart enough, or like, I
Same.
and like a lot of guys, yeah, especially in a college, and so you might feel inferior, but and also like, well, I don't know if girls share this, um, but like a lot of guys I know, like, the sexual prowess. That's a thing that a lot of guys feel insecure about and
Oh
so
yeah.
forth.
You tell
For
me this
real,
about
girls
the
go,
mother and my
Are you
girl,
kidding? Yes, we
girl
do a
Ah,
lot.
yo,
oh,
yo, we can jump in.
the WAP is the
We can
wet
jump
it up.
in.
Is it
Go
that?
ahead,
No,
brother.
Tashira.
no, no. Unless
Especially.
you go add to the conversation and not bash
So no,
nobody,
that the man I do,
then
Me
brother.
nah
we
bash
move
nobody,
with you.
brother. I wasn't even bashing. You know what? I got you.
Alright, so we are
Wait,
say,
did you
we are
finish
say,
your
Yeah.
we
thought,
are say, so we
Dixon?
are say. Dick said he done.
Yeah, man, you can go right there.
Alright, Toshira, you have the floor.
Well, me that say yo. But I'm more lean when I say insecurities. But I be more be like things that are changeable shouldn't count as
Changeable.
an insecure.
Really?
No, they shouldn't count as an
No,
insecurity if you can change it. Like
no.
say
Yeah.
yo, you're insecure about your looks. You can't change that.
Cap.
But
No, you can change your looks. You can change your
me
looks.
not talk about plastic surgery. Me thought you see me?
No, if I talk about
But
plastic
me thought like
surgery, you
when you
can change your
mentioned about
look.
the smart thing, you can get smarter. Like you shouldn't be feel insecure because you're
No,
stupid.
I
bro.
Because
totally
you can
agree,
get smarter.
actually.
No, bro. Like,
Like something like I
no,
got
and
you.
that's that's a thing we're wrong with the education system as well. Like we try to put everybody upon the same level, bro. You have people who um, like bro, you have to understand how intelligence set up. Some like a man can be intelligent for one something, but not necessarily intelligent for the next thing. You get what I mean? Say like one of the things that we leave, like one of the things we should stop preaching to children that everybody's special and blah blah blah. We shouldn't do that, but like
What?
me know enough. No, you should not
Wait,
tell people
why?
that I'm special.
You say if we
Why?
call kids retarded,
Mr.
you can't say
Retard.
that either.
My God, so you fi drop from special to retarded. Me need a son that me need a big drop.
But it's not special.
No, but
We
I'm
have to call kids
saying we
average.
should work to our strengths, my G. Like, enough people me see actually are suffering in a school, and like people are calling them dunce and so like just because them don't understand like the traditional things which come with academics. Yo, but yo, the brother can draw, the brother can do all sort of other things, and then enough time, them brother they gonna feel inferior. You get what I mean? Say so, bro. We should work to our strengths and them type of something there.
Wait, but
You know.
aren't you contradicting yourself by saying like we should work towards our strengths or work on our strengths and develop those, but we shouldn't call everybody special? Because
No, no, no,
because
no,
if
no.
we're all, I
Mem-
think the point of saying people are special or children are special is to let them know that even though you're not able to do this particular thing, you still have something special about you that you can possibly capitalize
no,
on or
uh,
develop a sense of validation from.
well, I'm actually glad you bring that up. Then the reason why I don't subscribe to this thing that making people feel special and so forth, because like people can actually internalize that, and then what the people do is actually they create like these goals and so, which is just sometimes impossible to even reach, and that can really break down a person, because like you feel special enough. Like you have to understand, you living with your parents and you going out to school and so are two different things. Cause missy youth, who parents tell him every day say him special, and then then brother reach in a class now him see a next smarter brother. So what? The brother say, wait, me not really special. But like if him the get a dose of reality from the beginning and say, yo, it's really just hard work and so forth, and nobody is special. So you have to know, so you have to realize, say, yo, you have to work to achieve what you
Hold
need to
Right, but
on,
achieve.
I still
Dixon,
don't
I'm gonna say
think.
something. I got you. No, I got you,
No,
Dix.
I was saying, I still don't think you should completely rule out say are telling not telling children that they're special, maybe you
No,
can use that as a teaching moment and say, hey, you might not be as good as somebody else. Or I mean, we're talking about insecurities, so I'm glad you brought that up because one of the main causes of insecurities is comparison.
Oh
yeah,
wow, all right.
but
She's
that's the
speaking
thing.
Fox,
facts.
Fox, she's
But
spitting
comparison,
right now.
yeah, but got me glad. So you bring up comparison, but like people,
That can be a
comparison is
teaching moment. Think about it. Like you
no,
can
you know,
say, yeah,
no, but they have to understand. Like you have to understand, we come with this doctrine of saying somebody that them special, yeah, and then no, you have to understand, say, that like it's actually detrimental when like that facade of
yeah.
like that facade is broken and say, yo, you're not really special. You get what I mean?
No,
Say,
I agree,
Oh,
but I
I get
don't
what
think
you're
it's
But
saying.
would
I
that.
get what
but
you're
Like
wouldn't
I
saying.
it
agree,
bro,
but I don't think
like
it's that
but
black
wouldn't
and
it
white. You get me?
no, like
but
no,
wouldn't it come down to
in a way,
what would you consider special? Like
you see
you,
that
you,
no,
you
you see
don't
that
have to be
no.
special in academics. It can be special in something else.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like you
saying.
can't just go
Or
out and just say,
multiple
"Oh,
No,
you're
but
no
things.
good
pre
at
this,
nothing."
but pre this, brother. Like that's your job to find out where you're good at. And bro, like I don't think about it special in a note. Is you just have an
You have people that
aptitude
are really
for it.
talented.
You just have an aptitude for it, but but at the end of the day, are still hard work, brother. You have to understand, say, like like some kindergarten school, them give everybody trophy, everybody this, everybody that, like just to protect this facade of saying, yo, all of we special, and all of we are this and all of, bro. And at the end of
Uh,
the day, when you're going to the real world, then when you go in the real world and you start work, and then you know I got and one man I get the promotion, one woman I get the promotion,
No,
oh,
no, no. Yeah,
we
the
see
way
where
you're
you're
When you
going
talking
in,
is
now,
kind of
Mr.
different.
like,
Highcock.
Yeah, but see
But
where
hold
am I
on,
going?
you
But
know.
that's kind of different. That kind
Hold
of
on, you
different.
know.
no, it's the same thing, bro.
In my opinion, Mr. Highcock, I would say that it is better to have these, compliments and sources of
No, brother.
motivation than to have, kids out in the open like that. Because,
Brother,
at
there's
the
a
end of the day, they're
difference between
kids.
bro, there's a difference between motivation and like creating a facade, brother. And an
Yeah,
illusion.
like
Okay,
one
now you're
understand. Like,
making
but I
now you're
always agree
talking
to
to
it.
me.
There's a big difference, brother. You can motivate somebody with like within the confines of reality, You can do that, You can
Yeah, for
definitely do
sure.
that.
For sure.
But like, bro, you can't tell people say they're special, cause, bro, you have some people that go fall through the cracks, and like that happens in society every day. Because the funny thing about society is everybody can't be doctor, everybody can't be lawyer. You need a garbage man. You ever
Okay, but
met
Facts,
how
that?
would
facts,
you
facts.
approach that? I'm sorry, Toshira, you were saying something, but more wanna know like how you
Uh,
would approach that though.
All right. The first thing we need to approach something like that, though, like this and people are talking about insecurities. We really are got off topic,
No,
but
you are because like you mentioned that is how you teach children, right? I think we're
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
children, aren't we? And
yeah.
all insecurities, correct me if I'm wrong, all of them start when you're a child, from how you were growing and stuff like that.
That's true. That's
Definitely.
true.
I mean, they can
Trauma.
develop them later in
For
life.
sure.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
yeah, I do understand what nipples is saying. That definitely does come
but
from
Nixon, what you
emotional
say with
trauma.
the special thing?
But so
Instead of
basically what
just take out
Yeah,
special
what's the
completely,
alternative?
why don't you just
all
choose
right,
it to
Yeah,
say
what the
all right,
alternative?
you
all
can
right.
be
I'm glad to
special
say
if
that.
you
No,
find what you're good at. Like
no, I'm glad to
instead of
say that.
just
No.
taking it out completely.
Okay, let me explain it from like the bottom come up as fast as
What
possible.
hey
Right?
brother?
All right, okay, all right. I didn't know we were going down that road. All right. Um, big up Kenisha. Anyway, back to what I say. Um,
Jesus.
no, but if I understand, I think at the end of the day, the biggest problem with our society is that we don't really focus on the family unit and the education system as best as possible, right? That we need to
Yep.
focus on that as most as possible, bro. Cause like you see, it's when you really focus on those very like crucial, fundamental areas of a person's life that really affect them in the future, right? So
Yeah.
like me know enough you right now we are suffering at college. Don't get me wrong, the man are passing course them and so but him now not necessarily get first class honors and blah 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 and so forth. But at the same time, me know other youth who they go a heart or so and learn a skill, right? And that brother they are make enough, bro. You don't know how much money plumbers make? You know how much money
I wouldn't know.
electrician make
I
and so
wouldn't
forth.
know.
But
I always
that
say it's
being
good to
said,
have a skill.
so expect exactly. So, bro, like we really need to. First of all, we need to like tweak a lot of these things, or we view in a society as like what's the goalpost and so forth.
Okay,
So,
give me an
like
example.
for example, like when the child is growing up and so we teach them say, yo, lawyer, doctor, this and that, very traditional things. But you see, if we were to like tweak these things and say, yo, you need to find what is best for you and so forth, we actually be like pumping out more more like skilled and educated individual, because sometimes we focus on overachieving overachieving, but like you have to understand, say, high school is not your whole life. College is not your whole life.
Yeah,
So not because you get one bugger, six, like 12 ones and blah blah blah,
yeah.
bro, that not gonna feed you, my G.
Okay,
Maybe.
so Mr. Hardcock, hold on. I want to stop you right there, sir. So since you brought up that point, Moons, I want your opinion on something. Moons, you there? Oh, Moons gone, dog.
Who's
Whoa,
got-
I
whoa,
hope.
whoa, 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 hold on.
Oh yeah, Moons, you there?
Repeat that.
So no, I want your opinion on
Yeah,
something. So
Oh,
since Mr. Hardcock has been talking about, the
me
different
not like
traits.
still, no, brother. Me just like to talk about like, like penis size and them things. This the
Oh
best
no, that's
thing.
where I'm going to. That's where I'm going to.
Yeah, we're going to get
Because it's
there, but
more
you know,
educated than what me did. And
yeah,
typically,
like hard cut. You kind of depend on the comparison things for
Moons
a
is like,
while.
why are y'all
No,
quoting
but yeah.
That's
So
why me say
I,
we are veer off topic. Me say we are veer off topic with them
I,
yeah.
all
things.
right, let's
So
dial
what you
it
know
back
now?
then.
Suppose now
but
Moons wants to be like a porn star, but in his shortcomings, he has too small of a penis, right?
Shortcomings.
all right, yo, no,
uh,
fuck that.
Okay,
So,
hold on.
That's why we can't tell people say they're special. Moon's got to know him lane. You can't third port star, BG. So find something else where you're good at. Everybody can't third port star. You
No, but
see
what's
where we
no,
are
stopping
you
him
see,
saying?
from
no,
being a good one?
all right. So
It
this is
would
what we did want to
small.
say
It
about
would
this.
small. Why we
Exactly.
alive?
No, you see, this is what we did want to say about the whole insecurity thing. Me think this idea of insecurity is a whole bag of fuck thing. Me think everybody just have a huge ego,
Huh?
and when them ego can't match what them actually be, them get upset about it. So
Damn. All right.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay,
this is what
That's
we
okay,
did
Moons.
true.
want to say.
That's
Me
true
think,
as
so
well to an
me think
somebody,
extent.
if
a
you should be
Roger,
somebody, me think you should be somebody when you're looking at the mirror, you see yourself, you go, yeah man, I'm ugly. I don't need to be insecure about this. I can tell who I be. It's easy like that. You don't need to be insecure about no.
Easy. I'm
So
not
But
sure
not
if
I'm
everybody
gonna
can
insecurity
just
just
is
say
a
that
accept
word.
Moons,
it. Like you can't just
somebody,
say,
a
yo,
Roger, is it Uter said not because the job you're doing is deemed to be lowest, you can be special at it. So I think that's kind of what you were saying, Moons.
No, but
uh,
BFC say that we're not doing not change the goalpost for special. No. So what? A man must be a special garbage man? That
exactly,
you say?
exactly. No, Moody said that
You
as
say?
well.
yes,
Like
that's what
the
we're
fact of the
saying.
matter,
Like you can't just be good at
you're not
whatever.
special if you're one garbage man. If you're one garbage man, you're the
Maybe
lowest
you
at
say
it.
take
No,
pride in a
So
way
as
you
but
do.
guys, I really
You-
want to see what
check
you guys are
exactly.
like. What's the
I'll go to it.
alternative? Just be average at everything,
We
cause
never say
oh,
be
you
average
can
at
be
it.
special.
No, bro, like you can take pride in a way you're doing it. You can take pride in what you're doing. But bro, like we know that there's a hierarchy to things. We know that there's a different classes of different things, and that is fine. You just need to reevaluate yourself and put yourself in the area which you can be and work on
But
the areas
suppose
in
me
which
you
you can
want to step up
excel
the
at.
level, want me, like suppose me you want to be the best rubbish man that ever that ever lived.
Yeah, I
Should
mean,
that
you
make me
can go
special?
on, brother. You can go on, but you just need to remember, say, at the end of the day, even if you're the best garbage man in the world, you're still one
That
garbage man, brother. You know,
exactly.
Yeah, but I understand my place, but that don't mean say me not special. That don't mean say because you a doctor. You can be an average doctor and me be the greatest garbage man. Shouldn't that make me over you because I'm actually
no,
at the top of
no,
my
No,
field?
Whoa,
average
whoa,
doctor
But
whoa,
is
I'm
whoa,
at the
still
whoa.
top of
the
my
garbage
field and
man.
you're just average
no,
in
No,
your
Anyway,
but
level.
you
You're
feel
I
a
think you're
literal
missing the point
garbage
with that,
man,
you know.
you
You
throw the
feel is
garbage into the
literal
truck from
garbage.
an angle or something.
All
What you
right,
did
so
it
I
for?
want to dial
But
it
what
back
you
and bring it
mean?
back to
Like you
insecurities.
cannot downgrade a profession. Like just because me I
Yo,
pick up
I'm not
garbage,
yo.
that don't mean say
downgrade.
you're
I'm
more
not
than.
downgrading the profession. I'm not
No, but you're
downgrading the
saying
profession.
an average
Right.
doctor is over a person that's best in his field, like a garbage man. If I'm the best
A
garbage
person
man
that
that
It
ever lived,
kind of feels
I
like
should be
though.
over
It
an
kind
average.
of
That's
feels like you guys are like invalidating if
no, it's
somebody
not.
feel like special about what them do.
No, it's not invalidating. I
I
don't. I
that me
don't
I do.
think. That's not what I do. It's not. It's not
I that
really.
me. No, I that me.
It's
I
not
that me I do.
purely that. But I'm just saying to put things in
Oh my
perspective.
god.
Because a lot of the time we like to walk around with this facade and so forth. And bro, at the end of the day, society don't even subscribe to that. Them, me know what I'm gonna
That's
do.
not true.
Nipples. No, previous nipples. Y'all gotta agree with me with this. Previous nipples. Y'all
Michael,
agree with
thanks for
this.
the
All right. All right. So if a man approach you, right? Well, I am assuming that you're straight. You're straight, right? You're straight.
Yes, I am.
or anybody
Okay.
assumes it's straight or not, doesn't really matter. But it got you.
Yeah. If a man approach you, no, right? Two man approach you. The first man approach you. Him do work.
Ooh,
Him do work. You see the hoop start already.
So
why
what?
do
This
work?
Why the
can't
door
Why
was
is there
shut?
approach.
work?
No invalidate, man.
Why
You
is
see what me I talk about? Me not even bring up the next man yet, you know.
Yeah,
You see
it's
what me
like
I talk about?
it's like she
This is
don't
what
make
me
up
I
her
talk
mind for
Oh,
you
about.
yeah,
said
I
don't
feel
work.
away. I feel away. Why
For
you
you
find
said
it
don't
way
work, she don't
female
do your
and
This
man
is
you?
what
like
me
you
I
said.
talk
This is a
about.
setup. This is a setup. Nah,
No,
no
but
further
it's false.
questions.
Answer the question.
Pre.
Shut
You know
up.
what I believe? Pre this. You see, pre this. Enough man I talk about say, oh, them woman here no want man, and them woman here don't want certain man and blah blah blah. There's nothing wrong with that. You know why? Because so nature set up. It's selection, brother. You have to make
Natural
yourself
selection.
you have to make yourself a competitor in the market, brother. And that's the problem. Enough people are feel sorry for themselves and not try build up themselves. And that's the
Um,
problem, brother.
I
You
More,
agree
but
can't come
100%.
walk.
But to bring it back a bit, I want to say like, even though I agree with you, I still think there is a certain danger in not what if I say no, praising children. Because remember, say, all right, if we're talking about kids, which is where insecurities begin, is as a child, child trauma and all of that.
Oh,
Um, it's
I see
really
what's happening.
important to what you see. It's really
I see what is
important to
happening.
incorporate
You
praise
are
He
and
says so.
devaluing children.
wait now,
You
wait
are
Wait, so
now,
wait, so wait, so
devaluing
we're still
children.
wait now,
we're still up
wait
on the
now.
Jesus,
comparison.
yeah, man, go on through this.
Jesus.
Go on
So,
there,
Would
go
have
on
met,
there.
would have met the girl finish
I got
last
you.
month.
No,
No,
I'm just
because
asking if we're still up
personally,
on the
like
comparison.
an
That's still what we're
insecurity of
doing.
mine, personally, like an insecurity of mine is definitely like my intellect. Like I feel like nothing I do is ever good enough, and that is only because as a child, like I never got praise from my parents for literally anything. For anything, like could I get 100%? No, nothing. It's just like okay,
See that.
whatever. And like to the point where I
so
stopped caring about my grades because I was like, well, then what's the point? Because they're not, there's no good job, So like I just started flunking out, and it was crazy because I would top my class with like 60%. We're not, it's country school. We're not really taught about that, but I was still pretty good at learning. That just shows you that I had potential to be like the best I could be, but because of the lack of validation, that kind of killed my spirit from as a child. So even though I still have problems with like procrastination and stuff like that. So just to show you like how
Well,
insecurities can stem
hold on,
from.
the nips. Sorry for cutting you, but I don't really
Sure.
understand how that is and how that turn into insecurity.
No,
Cause
no.
it's not like
I
you're not
see
doing well.
exactly her
I get
point.
what she's saying. I get what
No,
she's
no,
saying.
Yeah, I
watch out
think
now.
it's just
I
my
don't get
People
it.
mind.
Somebody
like
Like,
explain to me then.
Toshiro,
all right,
Moons,
so
and Pookie.
it's the same. I'm sorry, Witty. Let me just get this out. So it's the same concept as like look at Jeffrey Dahmer and Monday. Like it's the same way you'd say like how them turn out that way. There, it's just how the mind works. It's just how the mind processes trauma. Because to
no,
me that was trauma, like lack of validation from your parents. That's trauma. Children need
Of
like
uh,
course.
love and
pre this.
children. I
But
mean,
how does
children need
trauma
love
wrap
from
up with
Pre
their
this no,
insecurity?
parents.
pre
That's what
this,
I'm
pre this,
asking.
pre this, pre this. No man, trauma can intertwine
Trauma,
with insecurity and
it
so
does
definitely.
intertwine.
Yeah, because
No,
it grows. Like
I'm
that's it
not saying
starts
I'm
as a
not saying
seed
you're
and
wrong.
it
I'm saying
grows.
explain it to me because I
Alright,
don't
you
no,
see
wanna
I
how
give
get
that
you what
wrap
you're
you
up.
saying.
want me
I'm
give
not
a simple
saying not to
explanation?
validate children.
Yeah,
Got you. Give
Pookie.
me the
I
Make
explanation.
am
get the
not saying
explanation.
Yeah,
Let me
Yeah,
get
give me
let
the
me get a
explanation.
simple
go ahead.
explanation.
Because
Give
you
me the
wasn't even
explanation.
talking.
Suppose me get up one day. Me have my son, right? Every
Right.
day me tell him say, yo, you're worthless, you not gonna amount to nothing. Zine,
That's what he's gonna believe for sure.
that's what he's going to believe. That is what he's going to believe. It I go scar him. I go feel like,
Yeah,
yo, if since my father thinks so little of me from a younger, that's a mindset I'm going to grow up with.
yeah. But I
It,
want to
it
also
starts
want to
from a
add
young
that
age.
Why
everybody's
not?
different. Everybody processes things different. Let me just say that. So it not gonna be like exactly black and white for everybody. And everybody are gonna get up and say, you know, some more it is. Cause my father did say that. Some people are gonna say, well, me I gonna prove you wrong. It's just your mindset, I guess.
Why not always jump to the farthest extent of the spectrum? I don't understand that.
What you
Me never
mean?
said don't validate children, you know. Me never said that, you
No,
know.
I never said that, but I wanted to
No,
No,
but
no,
no,
no.
Shaq,
wanted
your
to
own
know.
We there.
explanation
I'm
now.
just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
do it
Me
with
just
the
see that
Yes, yes,
realm
yes.
incorporate
of
that.
realism. Do it. No, your parents were wrong. They should have validated you. Definitely, they should have. But bro, telling somebody say them special, you know, as a different thing than validating somebody, you know. I probably can do something good, but for say you're special, you know what special like this linkages to special means perfect as well and all sorts of something, you know. And nobody can live up to that. And that's detrimental.
All right, now, all right. So, Mr. Hycock, I like where you're going with that. So, with this whole special thing and expectations, we're going to wind it back now. We're going to link it to relationships. So, when you have this idea that you are special in some way or form, and you go into a relationship now with someone you would deem as high maintenance, and they see you, and they reject your character, what happens then? Do you just simply fall out of the relationship? Is that a reality check for you guys?
Ex- that's a good point
Yeah,
too.
it might be. Yeah.
Cause a lot of people walk around with this God complex, feeling that they're special and they're the pinnacle of this. Yeah, bro, you
Yeah.
never talk to some people and then like, especially, well, I'm not gonna say especially girl alone, but it happens mostly with girls to an extent. Say you never hear a girl say she mash up the relationship.
Facts, facts,
A
facts.
girl never do nothing wrong.
You clearly
Yes,
haven't listened to Jasmine Sullivan's album.
oh, I know Javin Sullivan. She's a very good
Listen to
artist.
Hotels.
Oh, good. Oh, then good. That means that somehow now take accountability. Don't get me wrong, no. Man a dog, you know, but woman a wicked more while too. And that's what we are talk
Facts.
about. We
Facts,
people can't
facts.
walk
Uh,
around.
Especially man, the
People,
woman.
bro, may have some story. I just don't even want to tell them right now, bro. But like,
All right, but I
but
wanted
basically,
to
but at
ask
the
a
same time, I want
question
to get back
though
to the
when you
point of
finish your thought. Mm.
no, we finish. Finish.
Oh, all right. So I wanted to ask, like, all right, since we know what insecurities are, right? Like, how? All right, where do they? Let me first say no. Wait. Oh shit! Damn. Fucking. Okay. How do you get over insecurities?
I've walked through that process for quite some time in my life. But
Mm.
honestly, the way I see dealing with insecurities, is first acknowledging them. You have to
Yeah.
acknowledge say, yo, you're small. You have to acknowledge say, yo, you're
No,
short.
no, no,
Sure.
no,
For
You
no,
have to
no,
sure.
no.
acknowledge say,
No,
yo.
that's not how you go about it. You see, how you deal with insecurities is you project your insecurities onto other people. You find out
No,
them
is it
insecurities
moon?
more
Yo,
than
yo.
you.
yes,
Moon are the
moon.
scum of the earth.
That's what like
Listen, this
I
is the
totally
truth
agree
here.
with you.
No, no, no. This is
Yes.
the truth
Mhm.
here, people. No, no, no. You see, people want to use your insecurities against you, but them not realize is them have insecurities too, and you can find them. It's easy. Let me tell you, like you
Mhm.
can find
Mhm.
insecurities in everybody's in. You can
This
find it
other
in.
real self,
Remind me
bro.
not to cross you, Moons.
Moon,
This
you
is what you
totally,
talk
moon,
about.
you
He's
totally
big
correct.
tell
man.
you, Let me tell you, you can
Who hurt
find
you?
who
Ah,
hurt me?
bro, you
Everybody.
need to stop,
Anyway,
bro. You need to stop.
let me
They're
tell
going
you
through
what. Let me tell you
moons.
what. Let me tell you
Ah,
why insecurity. Me know. You notice this, you know. And the first time one woman turned to me and go, "Who hurt me?" You know, it pissed me off. You know, but me not say nothing. You know, cause let me tell you, every time them do that, they can just say, "Yeah, that person here must be have somebody who did hurt them too." And eventually, you can turn it back round upon them. And when you do that now, you gonna gain more power over them.
I
See,
just feel very
that's how
attacked.
powder.
That
Hmm?
yeah, that kind of
How,
seem kind of extra stills.
me
Mooney
not,
a,
li- me not
Mooney a
lie.
pussy.
This
Mooney
is
a
pretty
pussy.
toxic,
Let me
man.
tell you that right
Okay,
now.
but he's
Mooney
being
a
Like,
honest
pussy.
like
though.
I thought when you were saying
No,
flipping it around, I thought you meant like, oh, instead of saying wood small, you can say your fear old big. I thought you meant like that. I didn't think you
Hmm?
meant like the whole
No, Yeah, man, for that. No, yeah,
Manipulating the
go to
people,
start.
them man.
You say I whole big, you say I face ugly, you say nobody like her, you use everything
Right,
in your
like
arsenal to
that's
make
what I think.
sure that
You
she
know what I
not
mean by the whole flip it round for nips and but I don't know all of that.
I see what he
That is
means
too
though,
complex.
because I mean the question was like how you deal with insecurities, and some people do deal with it that way, like them just project that shit.
another best way to deal with it
It's
because
it's the
every
No,
other
perfect
it's a
way
good
to
other
thing
get
that
it.
way,
it's the
Me not
worst
gonna
every
say
way.
all of
other
that.
way is
No, me not
No,
gonna
no,
say
it's the
all of
every
that.
perfect
other
way.
way
Like
is little
It's
bullshit. No,
not.
any
It's
other way
not.
is little
if
bullshit
like
where you
if
sit
me have to
down
come be
and go
depressed, then you might as well be depressed too, and we just move.
No, it's not because
exactly.
Ah,
then
pre,
otherwise how is the problem solved? It's just a
Uh,
continuous cycle.
that's how
no,
it is
Yeah,
solved.
can I
Whatever
talk
the
about?
problem,
pre.
like there's no true way to solve it. You just move.
Mama tell you,
I think
if
there
you make fun
is.
of me, if every time you make fun of me about something where you think me insecure about, me relentlessly shit on you, eventually I go stop. Me guarantee you so the problem will get solved.
Exactly, and then both of we just have a standard.
No,
Say
but
yo, both of we
no,
are
but
shit, and
pre.
you just move.
No, but pre, you are gonna live with no pre. The thing with insecurities is you can't escape the person in the mirror, and you are gonna see it every time you're looking at a
Yeah,
mirror.
It's a both person.
exactly.
So
That
what
are
would
the
I just
real
move
issue.
from the mirror?
Moons,
All
That's
if
right.
right.
that was the case, like if eventually it just stopped, I wouldn't think we'd have so much young adults or even us here in this podcast who are just completely fucked up, because when we
Are
turned
you
adults
assuming
and
that
we
I
got
messed up?
away, me no.
It's like, what do you mean? Exactly. Like
Because I mean,
some of
if we're
us,
going back
like
to like the origin, which is our childhood, right, and where all of our insecurities started, maybe you might have had a parent who bullied you or verbal abuse and all of that.
it sounds like you're
Eventually, it
sidetracking.
stopped. No, but
Look,
no,
No,
I'm
no,
saying
it
like
is not. It
eventually
is
it
not.
stopped, right? But you still struggle with the problems today, like, and it comes out in your relationships, how you deal with people and them thing there. So, I not really agree with what Moons are saying right there. So,
No, you
No,
see,
because
the
Moons is
no.
chatting a
question
lot of
Rafa
I
shit.
have
asked. No, you
No,
see
what
the
you mean?
question
Moses
Rafa
is
I
asked.
completely correct.
I have said this
May I
already,
give the reality? May I give
bro.
you the reality? Not the bullshit fuck you, Bella go come. I mean, Mr.
No,
Dixon. When Mr. Dixon I go come with when you talk about,
bro.
oh, how are you gonna escape the person in the mirror? Me not
Yes,
give
person
them
in the mirror.
bullshit
Like,
like that.
like,
No,
like
why
I
is he
escape from
so
the
no,
mirror.
mad?
no, no, please,
There's no.
no, no. Me glad said the batty man attack me. Me glad said the
Oh,
batty man attack me.
I'm sorry,
Let me
sorry,
tell you
sorry,
no you. Let me
sorry,
tell you
Dark
Someone
no
Knight.
like
you.
Dixon
We have
right
to say
now.
to me, Dark Knight.
Let
By
me
the way,
let me
me know you
tell
never
you
catch
no
it the
you.
first time. Me know you never
No,
catch it
make
the
me
first
hear it,
time.
fish. Me did
Oh yeah,
hear it.
man. Oh
No,
you
no.
did hear
Me
it
did
the
hear
first
it
Ah,
time.
yeah,
one
hold
time.
on, no.
No, me
Look
did
at
But
No,
not
order,
too
man.
look
much
at
man
order, look
attack
at
No,
one
order.
me like
time.
you know why me
Yeah,
call
look
you
at
that.
order.
One
I know
order,
you
You
tell
one
you
I
are
like
order.
fish
yeah,
you.
because I know.
Hold on, hold on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Mr.
man.
Harkat,
All
what would you
right.
like to say,
Let me
Mr. Harkat?
answer. All right, I'm gonna say one thing first. May I say one thing first? It is really sad that within our society, one of the major insecurities of men is hood size. That's very sad as well. Cause life is not just circle
Can
around
we get
sex
into it?
as well.
Where
That's
did
a
that
Can
very
we get
sad
start?
into it?
thing.
Uh,
No, I'm
Bring
again.
it
but
to
that's
me,
not one of
yeah.
the main things of
Nipples,
life.
nipples.
Sexual
Me feel
pleasure is
you
one
to
of
be
the main
quiet,
things
you know.
in life.
Nipples, you be quiet, you know. Cause enough time I own a woman, you know. All of I own a woman cause it, you know. Don't bother
Facts,
with it, you
facts.
know. Because when a woman walk around, woman only like uplift. Woman no like uplift, man, you know. Tell me a woman will uplift, man. No woman no save no man, you hear me?
No,
No,
well,
no,
no,
no.
Me tell you
no.
something.
We're
That's
not
not
sure
to
this
say
one. No, don't
because
show
you have
this
sex
one woman.
woman.
No,
No,
hold
no.
on. Me
No,
don't want to hear that. Don't show this one woman. This a man literally
That's it.
No,
everybody.
let
A
me
man
finish
like to
my
give
point.
down man.
Hold
So
on, hold
leave
on,
it.
hold on,
Please
hold
let me finish my point. Let me finish.
Ah,
Let
go
me
on,
finish
go on,
my
go
point.
on.
Yeah,
on.
man,
Go
Let
on.
me
Mr.
finish my point.
Harkat finish.
Because that's not the only thing what I want to say, and it's not even an attack on women. But
No, but
women
Mr. We don't
do,
want to come up for the tax part first, but I'll go.
yeah. But it's very sad. But I'll just say one something. I know a lot of well, when I back in the day, before I sinned and had premarital sex and lost my virginity, and you know me, I got hell now. All I want to do, um, I'll say this, bro. Me used to hear girls say, "Me no want have sex with no man who a virgin," and them a virgin too, you know. Can you imagine that? But so it's a lot of times when like sexual prowess is a big insecurity for a lot
Oh,
of guys.
I'm
'Cause a lot of
so
guys,
glad we're having this discussion.
yeah, but and also pre this, and I like to believe that the male experience is more multifaceted than just sexual prowess and hood size and
Hard cock,
all
you're
that
being
stuff,
kind
you
of
know. So,
unfair. You're
Ooh,
being kind of,
multifaceted. I beg
no,
you.
No,
man,
so
me
let
a
him
talk.
guy
finish his
should
thought.
a
Let him
guy
finish
should
his
in
thought.
so a guy should be insecure because a female have her own preference. Like if she want them with a man with experience. why you should be
Oh,
insecure about
glad
that.
say you said that. But glad say you said that as well. Nothing is wrong with what the female is saying. Because I'm a firm believer, I'm a firm
Hmm.
believer that natural selection, my G. So if she don't want to have sex with you, she don't have sex with you. But at the same time, a lot of these things come with negatives and positives. And that is why I'm a strong believer that you can't walk around believing that the world is black and white. There's gray areas, and there's nothing wrong with these gray areas. I am not necessarily saying that the female wrong because she do this. I am just pointing out that the female action perpetuates this type of insecurity which men will walk
Yes,
around with,
but
and
All right,
that's
that's
just the
fair.
case.
That's fair.
Not everything can be that, bro. Like we have to realize that not everything can be fixed. Like for example, the garbage man, something we are talking about, bro. We need school dropouts. We need school dropouts. It's just so society set up.
I don't know
Mr.
what need
Hancock,
school
Mr.
dropout.
Hancock,
You
how,
can
how that relate to
push it.
penis size?
No, because everything that bring back to the point where me
there,
and say,
yeah, I get what he's saying. Like there has to be a hierarchy, otherwise, then
yeah,
like the
every
insecurities,
Yes, but like
like
you
the
don't
top
have to
of
be. Go
no
through lips.
yeah, yeah,
no, go through.
like no. Back to the message. Like that's not the main point which I wanted to say. That's just one of the something which I wanted to say, like from the beginning. But and also the next thing when Moons did I say, a lot of time me and Moons come like we are arguing with each other, but Moons actually one of my closest friend. I'm a good youth, but like I'll say this. That's not the way how to deal with it. I understand that people project it and so to like kind of like escape it, but like at the end of the day, it really not gonna help you because like that stop you from do like having meaningful relationships. Cause a lot of the time I feel moons feel like it's like it's like a form of I don't want to say this with sound cliche, but to an extent it kind of true. Like there's nothing wrong with like showing
Having a small
vulnerability
penis?
sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Like showing
Showing
vulnerability
what?
sometimes, showing
Huh?
showing that you're multifaceted. You get what I say? Like there's nothing wrong
All
with
right, we
being
kind
Me
of
no
vulnerable
all
fuck
over
with
the
sometimes.
nobody, my
place.
G.
May I forget some of the points you make when we did
But hold on,
so
let me
can
attack
I
a
just
point.
yeah.
The point where you say about the small penis. Like
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanted
lovely.
to go back
objectively,
to that.
a penis not really small unless you're like under 6 inches. You
No,
do
but
have
no, who's to say that?
females
Who's to
that
say that?
accept her
No, but
bio
5 inches is the average
logic.
size.
Like yeah,
Five
like
inches
the
is the
service
average.
around 4 to 5 inches.
A
Six
three
is about
still.
average.
A three
Yes.
stills, a three stills.
But man,
Yo, them
look
when
it
they
up
drop
on
out a
YouTube.
buy
But
and
as more
but
for
anyways.
skills, women do accept say yo, our average cock is fine. But when you compare to our past relationships, and you hear say yo, she did it with a youth when they have a 6 or a 9, or when they have a 8 or a 9 or whatever, then you form your own insecurities. You can't put that on she because she's accepting you. Even though you might say, oh, she a lie because she do with man were bigger than me before.
Exactly. That's our next thing as well.
And let me just add to that, Toshiro. Even if she does
You go
say
through
like she don't
lips.
want that, if she don't want the small size, we can't really to talk because I have Christian parents. Them probably are hearing me, but
Nipples,
um,
what biggest thing you want to
it's still what me that
No,
say? You
nipples,
just throw
cut
me
that. No,
off.
nipples. What is the biggest penis you've ever had?
I've ever seen.
You've ever had?
The man say hard. No one never says it.
I've ever
But they
seen.
kind of,
The one I've ever
No,
seen.
no, stop try jump on it. Where
No,
you
no,
hard?
no, don't try
I
jump
don't know
on
what
it.
you're
We say
talking
hard.
that's
about.
part of
The biggest
Where
one
you
I've ever
hard?
them.
seen about
Man, is just a corner, so
nine,
I don't.
about nine
I have
inches,
I
10.
have
And
seen
I
standard.
me no buy, me
No,
no
we
wait,
not
buy
buy
that.
them.
wait,
But
wait,
Me no
let's
think
get
she
back.
did really
wait.
measure that correctly.
Nipples,
Wait.
nipples.
How you know
If
that
you
nine? Cause someone life on them size, you know? Like
Exactly.
you
Me I
measure
think
it,
that the
or
measure right.
You know
no,
cause
when me see
someone
a
said
nine
nine and
wait,
I'm
inch.
actually a 8.5, man.
uh, I have a problem with
No.
nipples saying C. I have a
But can
problem
I
with
just
she
finish
saying
what I was
C.
saying? Like,
Yeah, make
Oh,
sure
yeah,
finish
man,
what
me
you
not
nipples.
say.
Yeah,
really
man,
say
go on
what you,
through.
me not really
Yeah, go to
comment on
them
what you
lips.
used to big sound because you sound like somebody hurt you like real wicked. I'm gonna take offense to that because
Who
there
that
are
moons? Yeah,
exceptions to
man.
every phenomenon. Dixon man.
Me, me sound
Yeah,
like
because he be
somebody hurt
saying
me.
like, all the woman them said this and that, and then but you wouldn't do with a big
Facts.
fat girl. So
Facts.
What
what's
Facts.
you
your point?
assume
We
about me?
all have
I did.
our quote unquote preferences.
Didn't I say there's nothing wrong with preference? If legit said that's
No,
okay,
no,
because
no.
that's not
You said that enough.
that's
You
not.
said that
I
enough.
said
But the
that.
fact that you even bring it up, it kind of seem like say yo something like that reached you before, and it sounded
No,
like
Yeah,
you
that
feel a
may I
little bit.
say.
br- of course things like that they reach me, but I have come to peace with it because the girl never do nothing wrong. She have her preference. That's why I said at the
But at the
beginning,
time,
But
did you think
what
she
I
did
really
something
wanted to
like
say
that?
was like, okay,
whether
but even when she said
whether
that
it's
no, and you said we're talking about the origin of the insecurity, right? Like why you feel like
Right.
enough girls say that? Like where it
look no
started from, one
look
word,
no
porn. That's
no
all
Facts,
me I could
read
facts,
this
say.
no.
facts, facts.
Porn.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it can
all
be
me I could
porn
say.
as well. It can be porn. No, you see, even when I think that Toshiro said that, oh, how you did feel at the time. Yeah, how me feel at the time, but it's how me feel now, bro. That's what I say is we need to come to terms with our shortcomings and work on that if we can
I
work on
swear
it.
every
And
time
as
you
I
say shortcomings, I lose it.
all right,
No,
no, because
no,
Oh,
that's
no.
no,
no
interject.
Katrina.
Stupid. I'm
That's why
sorry.
Jah
No,
know,
you
bro.
interject for a
we
second.
can't live in the
Jah
dark
know,
and the
bro. She has to
neon.
change to
Hold,
soft cock. Jah know,
hold on,
fam.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. More have to interject for a second. No, you see, I always find it funny when all of them people sit down and pretend like them virtuous, But every single moment them can drop in, small penis, short this, come up short handed. Anything them can drop in for make one little giggle, them start laugh off them more. May I tell you right now, the world does so nice. See?
Bruh,
Me
it's
agree
not
with
a
moons. Me
joke.
agree with moons. Me agree
The
with
It's not
world,
moons.
a
man, the
no,
world
but
Well
does
done,
so
Ash.
nice, brother. The whole lot, when you sit down, when I go talk all on the virtues, foolishness, but the same way, oh, if you know why your small wood man, him can go fuck off and dead by himself. I saw it, I go stay for the sight, and me not lie, I see him say stay for all of the ugly girl, them walk around, some of them not go breathe. I just like, go.
Uh, I
Enough,
mean,
enough
But
of them to
no,
say I breed
it
out,
more,
Hold
Fine.
there is
on
yo, it
more
there.
more
saving
like
for
an
women.
ugly girl still more than likely get knocked than a youth with a small penis still.
Yeah,
Like,
cause the man has
Yeah,
sex anything will walk.
oh yeah,
Facts,
pretty much
facts.
we know,
like
we
if man a put peanut butter
know,
on
we
the moon,
know, but
like okay.
I feel like we're astray. Like, all right, so
Yeah, well, that's
where
true.
did
That's
that
true. What's
small
the topic?
penis thing come from? Why is that such an insecurity for you guys? Like, I'm a majority of man, so we really
Uh,
want to
I
know.
me not
Like,
insecure
why
about
is
my
that?
Let me
yeah,
talk
Look,
about this first.
careful with
What on there? What
the
on there?
language, not you guys. Nobody here suffer from that ailment.
Yes, yes, Mooney, we know.
Okay,
We're sure.
damn.
But yeah, I believe that whole insecurity really stems from, the male ego because that's the main thing we have going for us.
I
You know,
wouldn't even say that.
you mean porn?
But I
I
thought
wouldn't say that.
Beyonce said you guys
I
have a
wouldn't say that.
big ego. I'm sorry, go mute now.
I
not because reality and
I
fact are
wouldn't say
the
that.
fact, It's a men generally think with their penis. They do
Facts,
Bro,
literally
facts.
make actions, make decisions off of their penis.
Oh
Like they
no,
do
look.
that's why
Not
that's
really.
why
It's a penis, more hormones, but sure.
I'm a big advocate of jacking off every day, every man, bro. Jack off every day, brother. Don't fall in love
It's
with
like
them
'cause
girl
it's
them
not
a
really
Yeah,
a
man.
gone.
penis thing.
Jack up
'Cause
before
female,
you look for her,
female
isn't me?
wants to be just
Big
as
All
facts.
right,
much.
but can I say something? Dixon did ask like if women go through the same thing too, and I'm the only female here. Somebody just kind of want,
Yeah,
my
Oh
definitely.
yes,
two
yes,
cents on that.
please.
The insecurities in regards
Go to
to
the
sexual
Like how the
aspects.
coochie look.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
one for sure, for sure. And that also
but
comes
that's
from
something you
porn,
can't
which I
change
think
though.
like in anything insecurity relating to sex, thing like, but it's the same with you guys. You can't change your size unless, I mean, the pills. I don't know
No,
if them something that really work.
No, no, they don't.
No,
I
no,
wouldn't
you
even
know,
say
work
that's a
really.
Them no work at all.
I've tried.
No,
nipples
no, no
free,
work at
nipples
all.
free,
Fake,
We did
waste of
try.
money.
Another thing,
nipples free. Like
another
I
thing is
wouldn't even
like being
say
too
that's a good
easy.
example. No,
Oh, yeah,
but
hold on, make
I
nipples
wouldn't
finish.
even say that's a good
No, I
example
wasn't
though.
finished. There's more.
Oh yeah, nipples going through.
Yeah, go through it.
Yeah, so like, all right. So I'm gonna just list them. So I would say our size, like we think about how we look, like on top especially. Boobs, because sagging boobs. No guy likes to see that. If you be honest with yourself. Um,
Man, still I got
oh,
smash. That's my
crickets,
point,
crickets.
Jesus.
Watch there, crickets. What else may I say? Oh yeah, being too easy. It's like a big one. It's such a
What?
big one. Like for all my female friends, I hear this a lot. Is like we just don't want to come off as too easy. And it's
And
so weird to
No
me
girl, no
because it's
care, no
like,
G.
here's one where them probably should be more insecure
Like
about
the
this.
girl them
Some
way,
of them
you
girls they
never
walk
don't
around.
care.
Yo, some of them girls they walk on and smell like tuna can and I feel like the man them not tell them, you know, that's the problem with all of
Yeah, I
us.
think that is
Woman them
literally what
probably
it
No,
have
is,
but
more
man.
pre
insecurities
this,
go walk all
pre
out.
this,
But even if it smell like mackerel, it's still a
bro,
smash. Like
bro,
someone
bro,
just
but pre no,
cover them nose.
That's the
all
but
of
secret,
What
my
you
man,
think?
boy.
I could let una throw off the girl pH balance. Like
you
that
see this
literally
though,
could
you
be
see this
your
though.
fault.
All right,
You
ah,
see that? So
Somebody
why
something.
it turn out to be the guy's fault? Why not the woman just not being?
you,
No, but
brother,
this entire time when I saw the woman's fault, you know.
brother,
No, I
again,
don't
as
time
you
this
said,
I'm
that's
the
the
only
woman's
female
fault.
here, so I feel like to
none of
Me
defend
and
her.
balance it
nipple,
out and say, yo,
nip,
sometime the man
nipple,
in a own fault for his own insecurities.
nipple. None of them something that evil that evil makes sense in the long run. Because no matter how a girl look, she go find a man with desperate enough to smash.
But yo, I can chime
It
in for
not
some.
even matter.
I
But
can
What
what
I
does
chime
mean,
that
in for
say
some.
about
make
men?
Gucci
What
talk.
does that say about
Yeah,
Gucci
yeah.
is
men?
silent.
What
Go
does that
I've
say
been
about men,
mad
this thing?
silent, bro. I've been mad
Gucci
silent, but
Gucci.
more chime in, Zine. I wouldn't put the blame on women for men's insecurities. I'd basically say society and a whole
No.
because
We just
society.
talk
Hold
about
on,
dick.
hold on,
We're
hold
not
on, hold
talking
on, hold
about
on.
ass and
What
penis.
about penis?
But who makes the society?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
penis.
Oh, men. Men created the patriarchy.
All
You see
right.
me?
No,
The patriarch. Yo man, what kind of fuckery
that's
man
too
you right now?
much, bro. That's too much of
It's
a
men
shallow way.
created it though.
Bro, that's too
Well,
much
well,
of a
Men
no, no,
didn't
no,
shallow
create
way
no.
it,
to
bad man.
explain
A
it.
Literally, it's
poor make
literally
it
Too
Men
me.
much
created
of
the
a
from
patriarchy.
shallow
male
way to
gaze.
No,
It's
bad
from
explain
man.
it.
male
A
gaze.
poor make it me see.
Patriarch.
What not
Yo,
talk about?
And who created porn? You think a
What you
woman,
Men.
talk about? What
bro?
you talk about?
whoa,
What?
No,
You
no,
know, say, I'm
wait.
talking man.
No, hold on, hold
Man,
on,
the
hold
oh
on.
woman
God.
enjoy certain
No, no,
sizes, and then I say,
all
yo,
right, all
my
right.
one is so big. And that's where it
Breathe it.
start from. If
Nipple,
woman they
let me
enjoy
ask you a
small penis,
question.
I'm pretty sure a man don't
Nipple,
have a problem.
Hold on, Natasha. Hold
that
on.
means nipples. Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Who control the dating game? Who controls it? Truly, who control it?
The individual,
Woman.
I'm not gonna
Stop
say
it.
The
women or
man,
men.
Woman,
Are you
oh my
kidding?
God.
A
What
brother,
woman,
if the
bro.
man hold
it's
her and say, you know what,
woman.
no, hold on.
Yo,
Yo,
hold on, hold on,
yo.
hold on.
We
Hold on. Can I
can't
mention?
be that
My
Yo,
man, I'm
straightforward.
not
There
gonna
are
say
Bro,
let me.
exceptions to every single thing of
Yo,
the
hold on. Here's my
but
rebuttal.
yes,
Here's my rebuttal.
yes,
Here's
breathe
my
this now.
rebuttal.
No,
Hold
me
on.
just
No,
said
Oh,
it
why don't you
clean.
put it? One go put it.
no man. Here's my rebuttal to that. Zine.
Mhm.
So
rebuttal.
talk with you.
Yeah, my rebuttal. You can be
Talk
friends
about
with a
it.
woman. Zine, you can be friends with a woman, but you can't just get up one day and be like, yo, you see me? Run the buff. She
Yes, you
determines whether or
can.
not that relationship
Yes, you
goes
can.
from
What do
a
you mean?
friendship. Kick the boy, kick him.
No,
But
but
yo,
like,
But
yo,
isn't
on
that
a
how it
serious
if
note,
me
should
and your friend
go?
today,
But isn't
and
that
tomorrow
how
I'm
it
gonna say,
that's
yo,
should
how
run
it
the
go?
buff,
is.
I can freely say run the buff. Like, yeah, it's
No,
up to
but
you
you
if you want to run the
you
buff,
could
but we
say
can
run
freely
the
say
buff
run
as
the
much
buff.
as I could say run the D. Do you not
Exactly.
get what
Like,
I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Breathe.
who controls it? Who
but
controls it
if
though?
I'm not saying,
I
yo,
don't
if she
think
say
it's
run the
black
D,
and
I'm gonna say
white. I
no, so I
think
can tear
This
off a
is
bit
it's
book
the
and start right.
individual.
We
Yo,
like,
Ziggins.
bro.
no, but
All
I
these
Who's
agree.
rules?
Like,
different
if
one.
you tear off a
All the
bit
rules.
and start
Oh,
right, the
Jano,
same way.
Sorry, Toshiro. Easy stuff, come on. Me and Nichols have a
No,
conversation
but that's what
yesterday. Come on,
she
brother.
she can't tear off
Bro,
a belt buckle and just start ride. It's just like how we can't tear off her. You see me? It's like at the same way.
Bro, all I'm
But the
saying
free to start running the
is
buff.
that
But
hold
got
on,
it.
she controls the dynamic of the relationship. At the end of the day, a man can't just get up and say, yo, yeah, my woman now. Zine, she has to agree. She has to say, yo, is it me I gonna take you to the friend zone? I take her off the bench, put it on the field.
But
I
that's
mean, I
how it
get you a
should
couple
be.
Yo,
minutes.
the
What is
amount
the
of
No,
point
relationships
no,
here?
That's why
no,
I'm
no.
saying women
Otherwise, it
control
wouldn't
the
but the
turn
dating
into
amount of
game.
rape.
relationships
No,
that
this
start.
not sound
So
too right,
what
you know.
really is the
So,
complaint?
can I just
hold
say
on.
something? Can I just say
Wait,
something quick,
hold on,
please?
Well, I want
before you
me
say
moon
something,
start, me
before
moon
you say
start.
something. This not sound too right, Zine, because I feel like when them pussy, hooky, so
Okay, with you.
he might play one game right now where basically I say woman have all of the control when that
That's what
don't
I'm
necessarily true.
saying.
You see, the
That's
person who have the
madness.
control are the person well less invested in whatever the relationship dynamic be right now. So the way it got set up is
That's
the
a good
woman
point.
same way can't get up and just go, yo, me and you, we're together right now. And I saw it stay. The woman can't do that with one man. The same way one man can probably just get up and go, yo, more some pussy right now. Yeah, come over. No, he can't just do that. So it's a more equal
I
thing
mean,
where
someone do it
Yo,
it
still,
depends
and the girl
on
go on
who.
same way, but me way I
Yeah,
say.
because the girl are the one who never have
no,
as much power in the dynamic.
no, but you see, this
That's
is what
weird.
me I talk about. This is what me I talk about. This what me don't like when me hear people talk. Like, oh, there's exceptions this and exceptions that. But obviously, there's gonna be exception to every single thing in the world. There's gonna be exceptions to every single thing. But that's not the
Uh,
point. We're talking about the majority because we're talking about the majority because it is the majority which controls society, right? Everybody can agree on that. That is how society is set up,
right,
right? The dating
right.
scene, I don't care when nobody wants it. It is controlled mainly by the female. And that is facts. You see it in our
That's
nature. And at the
madness.
Facts,
same
bro.
time,
Facts, bro.
there
That's
is, and I'm going to
madness,
say
bro.
again,
No.
and,
The date,
bro,
whoa, the
No,
dating
but
All
scene
please, let
are
me
right.
say
just
again.
Can
the
I just
Please,
dating
say
let me,
scene
let me
something?
are
done.
just
Let me done. Me say me
casual.
finish, man. Let me finish, man.
Ah, go on to, go on
Again,
to.
and again, and I'm say this about 3 times throughout the something. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with females controlling the dating sphere. I don't see a problem with that. That is okay. Because I just saw it set up. I don't have a problem with it. Right? It's either you step up to the plate or you don't compete. I just saw it set up, my G. Right?
but if
Mama
you look
ask
at
you
it,
something.
but if you look at it like
G, mama
this,
ask you something.
normally who
Go on.
initiates a relationship? The man.
And that,
Who
and literally
initiates
that me
sex?
No,
just the
The
argument.
That's the
man.
Me the
pursuing.
argument that
Whoa,
you
whoa,
right now,
whoa,
but
why
who
not?
whoa,
Come
whoa,
accepts
on.
it?
whoa. Hold
But who
on, hold on,
accepts it?
No,
You
But
hold
can
on,
who's but
initiate
if
it
you're
when you
not
want.
starting,
hold on.
there's nothing to be
hold
happy.
on.
There's nothing
Exactly.
will
No,
happen.
no, 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 no. Prenup, girl, brother. A girl can give her a cue and give her a little, a little thing. You say, oh shit, she interested and blah blah blah.
Oh, can
That's
I
how
say something?
more.
That's how man
Yo,
end
can I
up in a
mention something?
jail
Can I
because
Go
they
on,
go
mention
after
something? Can I
go on,
cruise.
go
mention
on,
something?
go on. Go
Yo,
on.
Why
can I mention
jail?
something? Someone
Yeah,
made
man,
an
go on.
interesting comment in the comment section. He says, women control sex, and men control relationships. And I think I have to agree with that.
Me
That are
I
the
not
have
agree
to
entire
with that.
agree.
quantum they are trying for. That are the entire
Tell the
quantum they
person
are
to
trying
shut
to.
up.
Yeah, but
But
So
they
when
put
that
it, they put it
when
in a,
that
they put it in a very simple term, a simple way.
when Dixon a talk about how the woman control it, that ain't necessarily true. She probably can control whether or not sex are gonna run,
She
but she not
controls who she
control the
selects, though.
dating. Yeah, she not control the dating scene, brother. The man control the dating scene, and the man a
Oh,
go out and pick who. And the man a go out and pick who him a go try to deal with. That's how it a go operate in a most cases. The woman a go just play one role where she a go pick
Jesus Christ.
between the man
Do
who are
you
coming to her.
understand what it mean by controlling the dating scene? Bro, a man can approach a woman all he want, brother. If the girl doesn't accept, nothing can go forward. Because
Facts,
but
the
if the
facts,
girl,
guy
facts,
not
facts.
bro,
started, there's
the
nothing that
girl
happen
own,
either.
Ah, so yeah,
the
if no
most
man never approach,
powerful
if no
thing.
man never approach that girl there, where you think should have?
But
Exactly,
that's
like
not the
most
case.
relationships start with the
Stop
guy
saying
approaching the
rubbish like,
woman.
bro. Stop saying rubbish like that, my G. That's not the case. Girls are be
I think
approached.
we're
That's
kind of
How
gone off
many
topic.
relationships you
Yeah,
know
we
about that the
have.
girl started?
Witty,
Like how many times
that's
most
not the
women don't
case.
start.
Girls are gonna be
Let us
approached.
share. Well, let us share. Let's go back to the topic. Let's go back because I have to wrap up soon. We're almost
because
at the
this
hour
kind of
mark.
just sound like a fight between men and women or who in control.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
anytime we talk about relationships, that's it always been up be.
So let's talk about something else.
Because I'm
Like,
fucking
what
like
else are you
motherfucking
guys
crap.
You see?
insecure about?
And that's what I'm trying to rise above, saying that it's not a fight between men and women, bro. It's just how it's set up, and we have to work. We have to work with it.
Just
That's what
be with
I'm
it.
trying to
Just
The
be
No,
man
with
I
no,
it.
said,
that
we
that
just
that
accept
that,
say
that,
yo.
that
Yeah,
our
That's what
nice
I'm
little
trying to
world they
push.
can live in. That our nice little world they can live in, but the reality is everything I want fight, brother. Everything I gonna be one fight. You believe in
Facts.
a natural
No,
selection,
Facts.
everything
freedom.
I gonna be one fight.
Bro, I'm not saying there's something wrong with a fight. What I am against is man bashing woman and woman bashing man. Because at the end of
No,
the day,
no,
that don't make
fuck that.
no
No,
sense.
no, everybody bash each other. Everybody bash each other. Fuck that, brother. I not come with them soft foolishness. Where you think this
But
a
that don't
Disney
make no
anyway?
sense in the long run, my G. You a bash woman and you a bash man, but at the end of the day, we still gonna subscribe to what society say. You sound like you just want to make up noise.
At the end of the
No,
day,
no,
yeah.
me I
The
tell, me
only
at
I
the
reason
end
tell,
of the day,
why
me
we
I
after
tell you
we
at
bashing,
the
it's
end
just
bash
going to cause
people,
more insecurities.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
I
True,
just
true,
said I
true.
just
It's
no,
just a
but this
never
are the
ending
fact.
cycle because it
But
just
if you have
causes
show
more
the insecurity
insecurity and the
down
No,
our
whole
no,
throat,
no,
cause
no.
and shut
of
up, yeah, what
bashing
the
people
years
is
All
then.
right,
insecurity in the
me
first
just want to
place.
put it. Me just want to put this in a one simple point, and this is what I want to realize. Insecurities are gonna always be one factor life. It not gonna change. You're
Exactly.
not gonna heal everybody. It I
Exactly.
gonna stay like that. So yo, nobody tell them people you're all them fuck you, but you just need to look in the mirror and accept yourself. No, you
But I
need to
gotta tell us
fight.
here,
That's the way
Yeah,
you need to
Moons.
do.
That's why we never really finished. Like the question was, how do you get over insecurities, right?
you
And we were really
can't.
saying about.
Of course
You
I
you can.
can't get
disagree.
over
I
it.
You
You just
can,
disagree.
you
You
can,
I
you
can,
can.
you
disagree.
can, but at the same time, it's a natural part of life. That's the point when me I
Exactly.
try make
Yeah.
from the beginning. Like people like to paint this picture like there's something wrong with being hurt. There's something wrong. Like negatives are a part of life. I just how you
But
deal with them.
Yeah,
but
but we
don't
want to
That's
talk
but you make
about
it
how
sound
do
like say yo,
you
it's so
like
easy to accept, which it isn't.
no.
It's
exactly
never
like
not.
how do
said
you we
easy.
want to know
I
how
never
you go
said
about attempting to like correct those insecurities or at least
No,
accept them.
in reality, I don't think you can ever actually correct or accept the insecurities. I think you
That's
just
what
have to
I'm
accept
I
saying.
the
don't think
nature
that's
of the world
true.
where you live in.
Like
I think you just
Dixon
have
is
to
saying,
accept the
oh,
nature of
it's
the
just
world
a
where
I
you
part
live
of
disagree.
life.
I
I
disagree.
Negativity
But
is just a
I
part of
a
disagree.
life.
lot of people can accept them, and a lot of people use other things to compensate.
But even
or
but you
like a
can't accept all
distraction
of them.
or
Like
Like
let's say, all right, let me give you an example. Let's say you have a ugly man, Zin. Man knows him ugly, right?
Damn.
Yeah, Zin, the man knows him ugly. He might go say, oh, you see me? But might not look that attractive, but my money tall, you see me? So he'll use the money to
that him for
compensate
do.
for
May I
what
agree
he
with that.
lacks.
That's what me I talk about.
so
But
so what you're
that
saying
doesn't
Bro,
erase
that
the
me I
ugliness
talk
though.
about.
all right,
That
let me
doesn't
try and
erase the
understand.
ugliness.
Bro,
So with each insecurity, you can find something else to compensate for it, like something
Not
that
about
Yeah,
you're
the
if
money.
he,
actually
if
good at.
if he's not relatively attractive, go to the gym, dog. Change how you look. Yo, you have enough ugly man, and once them dress properly, the girl them
Facts,
now look for
facts,
nothing, my
facts.
G. Yo,
exactly.
look for with him, my G. Look for with him, bro.
Hold on there, hold on there.
But
Whenever,
but
yeah.
even with witty bro, that change the man buff teeth, dog. That change the man
Hold
lopsided.
on there.
It's
Wait,
That
like
kind of
what?
it,
personal now.
And
no, but
that's
that's like
fine.
change
See,
the
at
clothes
least
when
me,
you're wearing. It's still you. Like it's still you.
See you, boy. You have style, you have sauce, you have swag,
Yeah,
boy.
like
But your
some people
face not
actually
changed,
attracted
dog.
to
Like your
that.
teeth still out there. Your face still sideways. Like
No, but
Shit.
Bro,
once
yeah,
you
let me tell you
you
change
something.
how
Keep
you
Let me
going,
tell you
carry
please.
something.
yourself,
A
that's basically
confidence
changing your whole
brings,
bro,
persona.
bro.
free this.
All right,
Remember me
what
say
about
this.
therapy?
But if you
Nobody
had
Therapy,
mentioned
yeah,
confidence,
that.
cool.
then the
No,
insecurity
yeah,
wouldn't
but
be
no,
there.
Therapy
wait,
is a thing as well.
wait,
Therapy
me
is a
just
very
want to
good
talk
thing.
about
I fully
therapy are the
support
biggest
therapy.
piece of foolishness me ever hear in my life. You go pay
All right.
somebody where you can talk to about your feelings when the entire point of them career is that them want you to continue come to them and give them money to keep talk about your feelings. Biggest waste of time could I ever imagine.
Yo, a lot of
All right,
Oh
people
no,
don't
but
have
I'm
any
saying
money to
that
talk
honestly,
to,
No.
therapy is garbage.
Jesus.
I totally
no.
agree with that.
Wait,
Yo,
why
yo,
would
yo,
Therapy
you
is
yo,
See,
yo,
madness.
let me tell you
I
the key. Let me tell you the
disagree.
key point of therapy. The
please
key
don't
point
make
of therapy.
me
You
discuss
never stop
therapy.
feeling. You
Yeah,
never stop
let's
feeling
not
in
discuss
therapy.
Please
therapy.
You
don't
Yeah,
know,
make
let's
me
let's
go
not
down.
discuss therapy.
Let's
No,
not
no,
discuss
no.
no,
It's
it.
just
you
a,
just
it's just
want
a
quick.
put
You
the
just
point
want
to
quick.
you.
Tell me
That's
what
a
But
the quick
good
thing you want
point.
to say
Like,
about
it's
You,
it.
you're, you're,
capitalism, it's everything.
you're
Like,
wrong
everybody want make
movies.
money. But what I'm trying to say is, like, therapy does help, though.
no, it
In
Yeah,
terms
doesn't.
of,
No,
Therapy,
it
like,
it
doesn't.
don't
No,
help.
it
therapy
doesn't.
helps. Therapy
Therapy
helps.
does not
Therapy
help.
it
If you are
therapy
gonna,
does.
does help.
if you are gonna do
It's
therapy,
not-
you might as well do what me the tell you to do and just project it for other people. It's easier
Exactly.
That's
and
not
can talk to
healthy,
them.
but brother.
Exactly.
That's not
You're not
That's
gonna
healthy.
not
listen to
Therapy
somebody
healthy.
Yeah,
that
doesn't
run
work
on
that's
the
in
not.
a
mobile
healthy
All right,
movement.
way.
Moons, I lose me
Yeah,
now,
I like the
Moons.
direction of
No,
the
but wait.
conversation here.
You
No,
see
but
what me I
Respectfully.
hold on.
talk about?
Hold on. The
No,
thing
but
about
there,
therapy is
It
how
you
feels
does
like you
never
therapy
guys
stop
help?
aren't
feeling.
genuinely
The
looking for
real
solutions,
pretty
which
so
is
Like,
Oh,
like,
they
brother,
want
the
problems.
therapy
They
man,
want
I'm gonna just tell you,
problems.
say, yo, accept your feelings. If I could just say that in a bunch of different ways, but
no.
all I'm gonna
It's
tell you, say, yo,
more
accept
than that.
yourself.
It's more
it's
than
not
that, brother. It's
therapy
more
is
than that.
No,
therapy is
that's
about
basically what
working
it's going to
through
be
it and
saying.
This is what me I
understanding.
talk about.
Have you
Wait,
wait?
wait, wait,
Question.
wait.
Pause. Pause. Pause.
May I
Question.
say something? Therapy
Oh,
should be
go
about
on, my friend. Yeah.
understanding what you're going through and understanding how to work through it. When you understand something, you'll know how to handle it. Even if you can't like solve the issue, or even if it doesn't get rid of the problem, at least you understand it and you can know, say, all right, this is how I'm going to move forward.
I'm
You
have to
get what me I
pay
say? Like,
people money to do that.
im-
You have
bruh,
to pay
imagine.
good
Sometimes you
money.
Like,
Yeah,
do.
oh, you mean
when,
okay?
why
Sometimes
am
you
I
do.
paying
Tushiro,
you to
Tushiro,
do
hold
that?
on.
Wait, make you
Okay,
finish. Make you finish.
because you guys
Uh,
are thinking
Uh,
minimum. Like,
uh, uh,
imagine you're
why you
hearing
go to
voices in
school?
your head, and
No,
who else you gonna go to? You
Jesus.
gonna go to a priest?
You might as well. Him can tell you the same fuckery.
Bro, don't tell me.
No,
And then there's
you see,
medication that helps people too. You can't just get that over the
Minister.
No.
counter.
Medication. Wait, therapist
Minister.
and a medication. That would have been. Wait, would it be a therapist or which
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
therapist can
No,
do
it'll
it.
be a
No,
I
which
think
one can
that's
actually
more a
psychiatrist.
prescribe? No.
psychologist.
What is it?
You
No.
get that from a
Psychiatrist and
There's a
psychiatrist,
medication,
specific
man.
one. There's a specific one that can actually
No,
prescribe medication
no.
for you. When you have an
psychiatrist.
actual psychiatrist, that's the one who can actually
See,
prescribe medication.
Yo,
this
you
is what
can, yo, I'm gonna tell you, say,
you
yo, you
guys
can
need to
get
understand that
knowledge from
therapy
random
isn't
people on the street. Zine, you can sit up on the bench and an old lady comes sit up
you can
beside you and give you a
literally
huge life lesson.
that's what we need to
You don't need
understand.
to
You can
pay
get
people.
therapy from anywhere. You can get brother, my therapy come from YouTube and
Then
putting
why, that's what I'm
videos.
saying, why are you paying people to talk
bro.
No,
madness
but
and
that's what
basically
some
say
people
shit
Stop
to
now,
people?
need.
man.
Some people
Stop
need
now.
that. Some
You
people
know,
need that intellectual, that kind of that book report information that can
Book
actually help
report.
them.
you know.
Yeah, because they have like activities and methods that actually are designed to help you. So
Yeah,
sometimes,
everyone has their own means.
yeah, everybody have their own thing. So that's
All
what
right,
I'm
can I
trying
ask
to
a
say.
question? I want to ask a question because
But
you know
yeah,
you have
you
Oh,
two
can
oh,
people
so
in
yeah,
like,
here.
ask the
hold on,
question.
hold
No,
on,
no
hold on,
need for
hold
it
on,
up.
hold on, hold on.
Yeah, I just want to
No,
wrap it up
I
with
don't
with
know
a
what I
question. Hold on,
Go
I want
to
to wrap it up with a question. I want to wrap it up with a question. Is in I want to ask both Moons and Toshiro because I'm so against therapy, which I think works. Have
Thank
you ever
you.
tried therapy before?
Who?
look at me, either.
No, I'm asking
Like,
Toshiro and
Oh, can
Moons.
I?
Have you ever tried therapy
no,
before? So
Yes.
how
no.
can you talk on something that you've never
Yes.
tried?
Oh, I like
But man,
you.
come and watch TV
Can
and
I
I'm
have your
seeing
number?
the
Are
money
we
for
about
people
to
to
kiss
pay.
right
Why
We
are you
got
now?
talking
you.
about TV?
Yo,
TV and a
what?
real life, bad man.
When you be my TV and I be like, wait, so
Yo,
wait till
I've
it's on
been
the
to
TV.
No,
The
therapy.
he's
person
I've
wasting
asking
been
that
to
TV
TV.
in a
therapy.
real.
I have been to therapy, and it has helped me severely. It has helped me
Oh,
a
so
lot.
you mean
Wait.
when they go in the
Wait.
room and they say, if someone says something you don't like, just count to 5 and breathe. Me I pay
You
like
need
$200 hour for
free.
that.
He
Wait.
no, no,
Touch
Toshiro,
her
he's
and
That's
talking
Mooney.
not
about the
what
TV
Touch her and
therapy
perspective.
is,
Mooney.
though.
Touch
That's
her
not
and
what
Mooney.
therapy is.
But
Touch her
man,
and Mooney.
this basically around the same bull crap version.
Wanna stop
Same
devalue the
garbage.
people and profession. Stop devalue the people and profession, brother. There's
Thank
more to it
I'm
than
just,
you.
that. There is
yes, I do
more
that
to it than
to the
that.
people.
Brother, the point, brother, you know, realize how life set up, brother. You have to realize, say, yo, all the world set up is life fuck up. Life fuck up and I just so it stay. And the best thing we can do is get the tools so we can live with life and get the best out of it. And that is the truth at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Mooney love
Yeah.
behave
And
like him
therapy is a
too
tool.
cool for everything. Yes, it is.
And
It is.
therapy is a
No.
tool.
It
No.
can be a
No.
tool.
Madness.
Mooney act like him too cool for
But
everything.
Me
Toshiro,
not
there's
act like
never
me too
I don't
been,
cool.
say
there's
too
No,
never
no,
cool,
been.
me I
but
tell
I
you,
garbage.
no. You see,
You call it what
let me
it
tell you
is.
what me I do specifically. Unlike you, where I sit down with a bunch of fuck where I try virtue signal, me I tell you the actual truth about how
Me
the
never
world
try
works. See?
virtue signal, not no
So
me.
wait, bad man,
Me
that
no
no,
virtue
yo,
signal.
and wait,
Me
stop,
never
stop.
try
So,
virtue.
somebody tell me. No, that you tell
Yo,
me
this
now
one, the
about
kind of
if
last
you
half
looking at the
credibility after
Me
mirror
the
and
never
I
try
man in the
virtue
mirror
signal.
bullshit. You
and that's why you
You
say
wait
that man
for you
you
say the
look
man in the mirror thing,
accept the
dog.
man
You
in
kind
the
of,
mirror,
So
man, you
on,
so kind of
Jesus
yeah,
fuckery.
for
Christ,
you
not
say the man in
true.
the mirror that you
Not
lose
on
me.
true.
You guys
On
need to put
true.
your biases
Not
But
on
you
aside
say
true.
and
the man
just
in the
Not on
mirror, bro, you
true.
lose me, dog.
Not
You
on
some things
lose
true.
me.
work for some people and some
Jesus Christ. Let me
things
ask you now a
just
question.
don't.
Let me ask you now a question. Let me ask you a
Wrap it up.
question. When a person say man in the mirror, right? The people are not talking about a real mirror for looking at, you know. They are talking about look within yourself.
Look
Yo,
at
Reflecting on yourself.
that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
you
you're an
you see
idiot.
why you tagging that
Idiot.
spiritual
Oh, look,
thing,
you
man?
read
Here,
it.
man,
You
no,
get
no,
the
no.
book.
What do you mean by
Oh, look,
Here,
look
you
man,
within
no,
read
no,
it.
yourself?
no. Hold on.
Yo,
Come on.
well, look
You're
within
looking
No,
at
yourself.
no,
it
no.
like
Hold on.
yourself.
Come
Look
on.
within
Why
No,
you
no.
yourself.
Shut up.
No,
No.
no, shut up, breathe,
Yeah,
breathe,
man.
breathe.
Yeah. So, no,
All right,
no. We're
let's
gonna
bring
wrap
it
it up.
back, guys. You guys are
No,
all
no, we're not
gone.
bringing it back. We're finishing it up. We're
Oh,
finishing it
Yeah,
right here.
we'll wrap this up. We're gonna have a part two in the near future. Probably
Yeah,
not.
man,
You see
because
me?
wanna
Um,
seem kind of jumpy for that topic, yeah. So,
yeah,
anyways, yeah, man, Pookie, please wrap it up for me. We'll fire over the hour
wait,
mark.
can we see like what have we learned?
No.
what we have learned. You see
Yeah,
me? All right, despite popular belief that is in here by two people, insecurities can be worked with. It can be managed.
I
People them
totally
out there who
disagree.
need yo, what do you want there?
All right, man.
Man,
No,
them,
let's finish it up.
yeah, man, people them. If you don't need therapy, go seek it. It helps. Zin?
You
Everyone,
better you pay a bunch of
everyone
back and liquor.
gets to it
Listen from
a
Bruce
different way.
Well
Therapy
and
is just
hold
one
it
of
your
those
seat.
ways.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
man, no,
saying,
touch your lock
And
off.
before you wrap up, I learned that insecurities can are subjective, and the ones that you can work on, you should just like try to work on them if they bother you that much. If you can't work on them, then you should probably seek like therapy or a form of therapy, because therapy doesn't have to be paying somebody to, whatever, diagnose you or whatever. And just try to work through them and try to accept yourself.
Like
Facts, facts, facts.
I will say this. I will say this that well it like the podcast is very all over the place a lot of the time, but I kind of like that because that actually like mirrors how real people talk in a real life. I at the same time I don't really want a very polished podcast. I want it
Yeah,
to be
man.
seen very raw and
Mm.
natural at the same
I like
time. So yeah,
violence.
yeah. So yeah, but the point my man says, yo, life fuck up, and you just have to learn how to deal with it. I just saw it stay. I'm
Facts,
not care what
facts,
nobody say.
facts.
I saw life stay, and if you don't want to deal with it, you're a pussy.
All right. Okay, Toshiro, any final words, Toshiro?
I say, yo, the one they say about insecurity is subjective, but kind of like that. But when you talk about the therapy, you man, to lose. Me. So yeah,
Okay, all right, cool. Moons, any
I mean
last
like.
word, Moons?
All right, so we have some learn the podcast here. I gotta be me and Sion and listen to some youth that chat fuckery for like 1 hour. Like, I'm tired. I'm like, yo, you need to
For 1 more hour, what is the
Fuck
prayer?
you, buddy.
The God was
Fuck
sorry.
you, buddy. Fuck
Alright,
you.
alright, we are wrap up. We are wrap up.
Okay,
Alright,
all right,
guys.
cool.
Thanks
All
for
right.
tuning in.
all
Thanks
right,
for tuning
all
in.
right.
This has been Channel Podcast episode 4, where we discuss insecurities. If you want to leave a comment or any suggestions, you can leave
So
it for
it's
the next topic.
so
Next
we're not
week.
gonna do a roll call, like a final roll call, no?
So this has been Witty, Pookie, Toshiro, Moons. I'm not call the name there, Mr.
Dixon
Dixon.
Hadcock.
Hard cop, yeah.
And our very special guest, Eastside Queen Nipples. Big up
Nip nip,
yourself.
yeah,
Thanks
nip
for
nip in the
joining
second
us,
corner.
man.
Thanks for
Okay,
having me.
So
all
how come
right,
nobody now
guys.
call out my DP? Like we have it up from last week and nobody call it.
Jano.
I really
You must have
appreciate
been.
that.
You
Oh,
must have been
remember,
getting a
Sorry.
remember
praise.
to subscribe, guys. Remember to subscribe. We're on Spotify, Apple Apple Podcast. Yeah, man, Apple Podcast. You can find us on IG, Twitter. Yo, what IG name again?
Jano
Jano
underscore
underscore
podcast.
podcast. I you can find us on Twitter at Jano Podcast, isn't it?
I
And
know
All
the
the
thanks to
links
part.
in the
everybody who
description.
joined in the comment section. Thanks to Javon Powell, Zane
No,
Marshall,
no, 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 no,
Jay,
no, no,
Richard.
don't call him. Don't call him.
No, but they're in the comments. They're in the comments though. So is that
Rather
like
than in the
illegal?
comments, then not really. You see it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
the
Yeah,
problem
power
is,
in the
I
streets.
feel like the problem is, I feel like them probably can treat. All right, continue.
Anyways,
But
thank you guys for coming out. Check us
uh,
next Sunday at
Yeah
9:30 p.m.
guys. Moon's a batty man. Yeah, you know.